This story is about my family. It begins with a tragedy, and 5 years later, it ends with our lives changed in ways we never imagined. My name is Nicole, and this is me 5 years ago, when this story begins. Back then, I was living with my family in a housing project called Henry Horner. This is my grandma, Dorothy, with my mom, Elisa, and her sister, my aunt, Wanda. Grandma moved to Horner 25 years ago when my mom was 10 and Wanda was 8. When Wanda was in her teens, she became addicted. She had her first child when she was 15, and then 5 more after that. Grandma had to raise Wanda's 6 kids from the time they were born. Grandma also helped my mom raise me and my 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Like everyone in my family, my mom was single and stuck on welfare. Every now and then, she tried to get off it, but she would always end up back on it for one reason or another. Grandma watched out for all of us grandchildren as the neighborhood became more dangerous. But as kids, we never believed the violence could touch us.
When I moved in the neighborhood, it was quiet and nice. You know, you was able to sleep with your doors open, but it changed. The gangs, the drug dealers, you know. You gotta be very careful now. You know, I walk my grandkids to school every day. They cannot go on the outside and play. There's always shooting going on, you know. And I'm very scared of the gunshots. I wish they just tear them down. You know, because, you know, you get so tired of living like that. You know, and if your friends and stuff come over there, you know, they say, why do you live like this? No, why do you stay here? You got no other choice. You is not there because you want to be there. You're not. It's hard living there. It is. It's very hard. That's right. You know, you see things, I go places and I see where other people live. And I say, oh, boy, I wish I could live like that, you know. Then you dream, you know, about what's going on in other people's life, you know. Boy, I wish that was me.
Two hours after my grandma's interview, my cousin and best friend, Terrell, was shot and killed. He was only a few blocks from my home. Terrell was Wanda's second child, but Wanda was addicted, so Grandma raised him from the day he was born. My family was so proud of who he was. He was a leader in the neighborhood, a straight-A student. He had a scholarship to a private high school. We all knew Terrell would have made it out.
Right now, back
Oh, you got some back? All right.
Yes, it is.
Oh, go home. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose?
Kill somebody, man. Brian always messing with people, man. for no reason. He just be trying to pump people out. Then when you see they ain't scared of him, try to do something to them.
14-year-old Tyrell Collins was the kind of youngster others in his inner city community looked up to. He was on his way to becoming an important leader in his community. And then last night, coming home from school with his brother, he was shot and killed. Burley Hines has the story of a neighborhood in mourning.
They cried and they prayed and they sang at the spot where 14-year-old Tyrell Collins was killed. These were once Collins' fellow students at St. Malachi Academy, where he graduated with honors last May. Collins' grandmother, who raised him, was overcome by grief, as was his mother. Collins' young brother, who was with him when he was shot, was in shock. The students placed flowers at the place where Collins died, and they lit candles in his memory. Burley Hines, Channel 2 News.
At the time, I was in shock. And so was my cousin Jack, Terrell's brother, who was with him when he was killed. Wanda, Terrell's mother, was stunned. And so was my mom.
It scared me that my mom was on the phone and she kept saying, where? And then when we finally realized where, we rushed out the house. You know, I was, in my heart, I was hoping that it wasn't him.
But I know, deep down inside, I know that Terrell was gone. I know that, you know. Then we got to the hospital. I said, and I tried to believe that everything will be okay. You know, the doctor was saying that I don't think he's gonna make it, you know. And I said, oh, God. You know, but I kept right on praying that Terrell was gonna make it. Because I know Terrell was the type of person, he won't put up a fight. He won't just go just like that. He won't fight for to stay here. I know this, because I know what type of person Terrell was. You know, and after he came back and said, well, he's gone, you know, I said, oh, no, Terrell. And I think about it, and I said, not Terrell, you know. And then after we came back home, it was just like a piece of my heart was gone, you know. Terrell, and then I sat and I think, how can I feel the space in my heart?
Before Terrell left us, I knew that I had to go to school. I knew everybody was counting on me to go on and finish, to do something better with my life. And Terrell, he was the next one who was gonna help. He was gonna achieve goals and whatever. And now I have to make my goals better. I have to show her that I can do better. I show myself that I can do better. In the news, Terrell's killing and my family's pain was just another story. What people never get to see is how that pain can change a family over time. My mom was the third generation in my family to be on welfare. She had me when she was 16, and then 4 more children after that. She dropped out of high school to take care of us and got stuck on welfare.
Julie, my son. Toledo. Toledo. Hey,
How much education have you completed?
I went to the 11th grade.
Have you had any work experience?
I worked at Toys R Us, McDonald's, stocking, cashiering.
Okay. Now, what I really want to know is, you're not working now, are you not working because are there obstacles you're not working?
My kids being picked up from school at 2:30. It's like I have to have somebody to pick them
So
up.
you have no one to pick them up? And
Right.
then what about watching them? Do you have someone to watch them?
I don't have anybody to watch them while I'm
Okay, so
while
that's
I'm at
another
work.
obstacle
Right.
that you have for employment.
right.
If you had someone to take care of them during that time period, then would you be able to be at work? Would that be
Yeah.
okay? Okay. We can help you with that obstacle. We do have daycare that we can provide in that time frame for you. The thing that you should keep in mind is that nobody knows which way we're going, and you need to think about becoming more self-sufficient rather than depending on welfare, because there's all kinds of proposed changes that are going to take place. So now you have to think about you
Right.
and what you're going to do. So I would think that you might want to consider training or any kind of work program that we have.
Yeah, I have considered that. In my mind, I knew that I would be on public aid because I had children and no help. And I knew it would be hard because I seen the struggle that my mom went through. But at the time, and just not really having the education, you have no other choice.
After Terrell's death, we moved out of the projects and into a cheap apartment that was close to my grandma and Wanda, who were still living in Horner.
Okay, don't forget you gotta look through that college catalog and send out them cards. If not, I'll have them stamped at St. Malachy.
I can do that
At the club.
at the club.
Okay, and I want that the essay wrote. Because it's a deadline on the college. You gotta write them off. You gotta take time today to finish everything up, especially that essay.
Got that answer already. I gave you one yesterday. Oh, this is the sun. Let me see one.
This the mommy, this the daughter, this the son.
Done.
That makes a hair.
And next word. Good. Is the boy what?
Riding
Good.
the, look ma, riding the bike.
Good. A complete sentence.
It had been a year since Terrell was killed, and I was just trying to keep going. I was stressed out from the loss and also because of our living situation. Our family of 5 was stuffed into a tiny 2-bedroom apartment, and we were always short on money. Back then, I wouldn't admit it, but I was also embarrassed of being on welfare and the fact that my mom didn't have a job or even a high school diploma. All I wanted to do was stay focused on my studies so I could go on to college. Even though I hated the projects, I kept going back to Horner because Grandma and the rest of the family were still there. In the projects, I also worked at the Boys and Girls Club after school and in the summers. Kenny was the director of the club and was my mentor. One of the things he always did was help me find financial aid so I can keep going to a Catholic school.
I called Madonna just a few minutes ago, and I found out that Karen Brown, she's the director of scholarships, and they said that she won't be with us. She's no longer with Madonna anymore, and so I won't be able to get as many scholarships. So I mean, I get any this semester.
Mom know about this? She might get the scholarships?
Yeah, she knows about it. But she doesn't know that the lady isn't working there anymore. So I have to tell her, and we have to figure out a way to get the money for her.
You call me and let me know if you don't get the scholarships, so we gotta take care of them. Because I don't think your mom can really afford to pay the entire tuition.
It vibrates up and down 2 times a second, and it travels 20 meters a second. I want to know what is its frequency, its period, and its speed. Okay, 3 things I need to know.
Let's go, Nikki.
Be limping.
We have what it takes to be a very good basketball team this season during the regular year, okay? It's gonna come from hard work. Because when you work as hard as you can, no matter what happens, win or lose at the end of the year, you can be proud of what you did.
After a full day of school, if I wasn't working at the club, then I was working at Kenny's frame shop, a business he ran on the side.
Nikki, you need to take these frames here. It's easy to color just the inside. Take the marker. Let's color the outside edge.
Between my brothers and sisters, we have 3 different fathers, and none of them helped raise us. My mom grew up the same way, except she wasn't lucky enough to have someone like Kenny.
No, just the outside edge of the edge. Okay? Don't stop putting those pieces together.
Yeah, I have to start getting my stuff ready for school.
You got all your requirements in there, don't you?
I need like 5 more credits to graduate. So I was like, I don't know why they're giving me all the class, so I guess they're gonna count each one as 1 credit.
You taking any college preparatory classes?
We don't have college preparatory classes inside our school.
At Madonna, y'all don't?
That's why I don't like it. I like it, but like Providence St. Mel, they get you ready. That's the school I was gonna go to at first.
Right.
But my mother liked Madonna best.
What she like so much about Madonna?
It's all girls and it offers you a lot and all this and that.
Was it all girls? Was that the deciding?
No, because I didn't have any boyfriends when I was.
Oh, you didn't get boyfriends? So you went to Madonna?
Yeah, Donald was like my first boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Hand me those snap fingers over there, Nikki. On the other side of the box, should be 3. Just hand me 2. Thank you. And the wire and the scissors. Look at that.
Done.
How far y'all done?
Yeah.
And you weren't supposed to color the bottom.
That wasn't a bottom.
Oh, yeah.
You had that color,
No,
Kitty.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah, you
the first
did.
one I did.
I think there are kids who are not going to make it out the projects simply because of not enough attention at home, not enough love. The ones who will make it, they have love, they have help, they have a lot of help, and they have hope. The sense of hope comes from your family and friends, and not only your family and friends, but from you. You have to have hope and belief in yourself that you would, you know what you want to do. You can't always say, okay, since this person said I'm not going to make it, so I guess I'm not going to make it. You have to believe in yourself that you can do it, not with someone else, but by yourself. You have to always depend on yourself. I know many people depend on their parents, friends, everybody, but you have to depend on yourself because you know where you want to go. No one else knows where you're going to go but you. The reason why I want to see my mother get out is because it's easy for a parent or anybody just to sit down and just, okay, I see everybody else working hard. I don't think I should work hard. People are getting their taxes taken to help you on public aid. So I felt that she should get up and do something with herself and not always sit around the house like everybody else do and just watch TV or just hang out with her friends, talk on the phone. I want to see her doing something else. She's always encouraged me to do something with my life. Do something with your life. Take your own advice.
Every once in a while, Mom tried to get off public aid. But it was like she was trapped there. Finding and keeping a job was a struggle because with kids, no high school diploma, and little confidence, I know she had it in her mind that she couldn't succeed. But 6 weeks after her meeting at the public aid office, she got a job offer to work in a nursing home. She needed someone to watch my little brothers and sisters while she went to the job orientation. I was in school and public aid wouldn't give her help, so she missed the orientation and they dropped her from the program. She had lost the job before it even started. A week later, Mom went to a public aid meeting.
Okay, well, I want to start by talking about welfare reform. What's happening with welfare? As I think most people have an idea, the AFDC program, as we've known it in the past, will be over. And they've already passed a law. They're working on it, seems to me, every day. That's all they're talking about. So we know that it's going to change. We're hoping that...
She was frustrated because they were telling her to get a job, but they weren't helping her with daycare.
I have a question I'd like to ask about the services for, do you all have a service that, like for orientation, if you have to go somewhere for orientation that...
What do you do? You have a job and they want to orientate you.
You have orientation. Do you all pay for child care?
You have a job. That's why you're going to the orientation, or you're going to the orientation in the hopes of getting a job?
No. Okay, let's start over again. Okay, I had the job. I had to go to 2 classes of orientation.
Yes.
Okay, when I called down and to find out, could I get tokens to go to the orientation? Could I get child care? I was told that I couldn't because you will have to have started the job already.
Now started, to me the orientation is the starting of the job. That would be your first day of work.
First person I talked to was Mr. Person, which is my caseworker.
Right.
My caseworker referred me down to Project Chance.
Does that mean he gave you a phone number to call?
He gave me a phone number to call.
Okay. So then you called that number and they told you that they could not help you.
They told me that everything would start on the 7th.
Because that is the date we used on the hot referral. Because I did the hot referral myself. I would think that it started with the day of work.
To me, that would be important that nothing is missed. Because see, now everything that I went for, it just went down the drain.
Yeah, I can understand
so
what you mean.
it's like that was. I'm not going to say it was a waste of time, but on someone else's not doing what they supposed to do, reflected on me not having a job.
Their discussion went nowhere, and now Mom was even more angry and frustrated.
My first mind was to tell Nicole that I didn't get the job because we had sat down and we had talked about, oh, well, I can get off public aid, I can do this, we can have some furniture, you know. We talked about a lot of different things that we could have if we have a job, even though it wouldn't be a lot. But we thought about how we was gonna plan that when I get the kids out of school, I would bring them home. And then she would watch them, I would cook at night. So we had everything planned out. So I knew I had to tell her, you know, in order for her to understand that that's the reason why. And that's the reason why she has to finish school. She has to go and get a college education because you have you don't even have a dream on public aid. It's not even a dream there. Here I am, a single parent, I do everything the right way and still wind up without anything. And so it's a hurting thing to know that you tried and you just couldn't have it. You have to tell yourself that it's not going to be easy because you have little ones. So you just pick yourself up and try to put that behind you. And just go on. Just say, well, this one wasn't for me. Even though you know you could have had it, you just put that in your mind. Maybe this one wasn't for me. Maybe next time.
Welfare was coming to an end, and even though she was scared, she went to a job fair to look for work.
Hi, how are you? Hi. You interested in the healthcare field?
How many years is this for LPN, or you have to be an LPN now?
Are you an LPN now?
No.
Oh, I thought you was an LPN.
No.
Oh, well, what are you? CNA or?
Neither. I'm just trying to find out, is the LPN for training?
Oh, no, we don't do any training.
Okay. Hi, good morning. How are you? All righty. I want to fill out an application. I think you all are housekeeping.
At the O'Hare Hilton.
Okay.
Okay, we're located in the airport.
Okay.
Okay. These are the openings we have. You said you're interested in housekeeping? Okay. You can fill out an application.
Okay, let me explain the training program to you. First thing we do is we upgrade your typing skills. We start off every morning with an hour of typing. Okay, next we upgrade your reading and math skills. Whatever level you're at when you come in, you're at least 2 grade levels higher when you leave. Once you finish your educational skills, we're going to teach you computer literacy. Once you learn all your skills, we'll help you find a job. If you want training first and then a job, give me a call. My name's Joanne.
Okay, I can call you tomorrow?
You can call me tomorrow. I'll be there at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot. You have a nice
Good
day.
luck. All right.
All righty, bye-bye.
The job fair was 3 months ago, and she still hadn't followed up with any leads for work. But she needed some extra money to cover Christmas expenses, and so she took a part-time job working night crew for $6.25 an hour. She also continued to collect public aid.
I haven't told public aid. I've just been keeping quiet about it. And I feel that, you know, what I'm doing I know is wrong, but I have to look out for my family. What happens if public aid finds out? I'll be calling to the office to bring in all my check stubs. And once they receive my check stubs, they'll cut either my check or my food stamps or both. This has happened to me before. It happened to me last year. Any single mother knows that if you living in an apartment where you have to pay light and gas and rent, and you by yourself, it's no way possible that you can do that and keep clothes on your kids' back and, you know, feed them, because at a certain time in the month you run out of food. And my plans are to go to school. My plans are to go to school for computers because it's no way possible that I can keep struggling like this. I have to make a better way for me and my family.
Finally, she followed up on the computer training course she had heard about at the job fair. It took her 4 months because her attitude was, I'll get there when I get there. That way she wouldn't have to deal with her fears and get her hopes up that things would change.
Okay, well, just to tell you a little bit about the program, it's a free program. Okay. And what we're doing is we're training you for a clerical, customer service, or any computer-related job. So you got a wide range of things that you can choose from. Okay. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yes, I would love to get into computers. That's something that I always wanted to do.
Okay, great. All right, we'll get you started for the test, and then you can make...
She passed the test, which gave her hope. But then she was late for her first meeting. It was the same old thing. She'll get there when she gets there. And so they dropped her from the program. It was hard seeing her lose job after job. Sometimes it made me angry, and sometimes I just felt sorry for her. I couldn't talk to my mom about it because it would just make her feel bad. And I couldn't talk to my friends at school because I didn't want them to know that we were on welfare. I dealt with the situation by keeping it all inside and staying focused on school.
They never been to a high school graduation. This is our first time. First time for basically anybody in the family. Just Nicole is the first one.
And I gotta go with close, Fudge. No more cookies before dinner. S-T-O-P-O-S. Stop.
You have lotion in your purse?
No, we just inside the car.
I ain't put that.
Don't worry about it.
You need to.
Well, I just want to bath. Laquita Danielle McNeil. Nicole Caprice Collins. Jerome Dorleen.
My grades in high school were okay, but my college entrance exams weren't the best because I had some trouble with math and writing. I got into Northern Illinois University in a special program for students with low test scores.
Lisa Cox. So you have a green sheet, a demographic sheet for us that you filled out, okay? And do you have some financial aid papers?
The financial aid papers, she's gonna look over one more time just to make sure.
Just make sure if you want to leave them with us before you leave today, okay?
I would like to go into early education, working with children, because I love working with children. I have sisters and brothers at home, and I like helping them with homework, helping them just being around children is what I love.
Well, we do have an excellent undergraduate program in education and early childhood education at NIU.
With Nicole, with all the kids, she's letting them know this is the goal I want to achieve. She always telling them, I want you to do your work in school. So with her, this is an example. She's going forward, and with them knowing that Nicole is going forward for a better life, they'll follow her. All they need is something positive, and they're gonna strive for the best.
The wish I would grant my mom is to go back and reverse time and to go back and to do everything that she wanted to do and all this and that, and finish her high school, go on to college, and then think about kids and have us like a little bit later in time. But I would grant that for her to know how it feels to be able to not have like worry about trying to support yourself at an early age and your kids too. So that would be the wish I would give her, to go back and change time, start all over again.
It makes me feel good to know that she's thinking like that. To know that everything that I have told her and explained to her about how it is to struggle is there. It's in her brain now. All my talking paid off. It's there. And I know that she's gonna make it. I have no doubt in my mind that she's gonna get trapped. I know that she's gonna make it because it's there. It's planted in her brain that all things come later. You come first.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to friends. Happy birthday to you. Miss you,
Seeing him there, everybody else saw him that morning when he left the school. I didn't see him. And it's like, it hurts because it's like I didn't get a chance to really joke with him or just like say goodbye, see him later, see you later when you got to school, bam, say something like that. But it's like I never did get a chance to say that. And it's like I always think about him, and it's like I always pray and tell him, man, make life better for us down here, because I know you're having a good life up there. And it's like I see you when I get there. I always tell him that I see you when I get there, Bam.
It's hard for my mother now, but for me, it's just like going to visit him. Yeah. It's like him being alive, and you right, and you going to visit him, you taking them flowers and everything and saying get well, and I always kiss his headstone because it's like I'm kissing him. So it's like this is our meeting place here. This is the place of joy. It's hard. Well, my addiction was to cocaine, and I've been addicted on it for a long time. I recall Terrell always looking out the window at me, telling me to come here, and I tell him I'll be right back, and I keep going. So a lot of that is haunting me.
I think about it. And I cries about that a lot because I know that I could have been a better parent to Terrell. But I always said that I hope that something like this will never happen to me. But it did. And today I just want to be a better person and a better parent. If not for Terrell, for my other kids. So.
After going to the cemetery, it was the first time I actually wondered if Wanda was going to kick her habit. She had talked about it before, and even gone to treatment a couple of times. But she'd always end up back on the streets in a few days. Wanda had been on the streets and used alcohol and drugs from the age of 12 on. Eventually, she became a prostitute to support her habit. None of us had much hope for her. She was 16 years old when she had Terrell, her second child. 3 months after Terrell was born, Wanda had someone she knew watch him while she worked the streets. When she came back, Terrell was missing. 2 days later at Cook County Hospital, there was a child named Baby Doe there. The police figured out that Baby Doe might be Terrell. Grandma and Mom went to the hospital and brought him home. From then on, my family called Terrell the miracle baby.
You have to take the right actions.
4 months after visiting Terrell's grave, Wanda went to Haymarket, a treatment center that was close to home.
One of my favorite sayings is talk is cheap.
That's right.
Okay? Talk is cheap. You can recite how it works for me. You can recite all the steps. You can do all that kind of stuff, and I don't care. If you're not working a program, it doesn't make any difference.
I ran away from home. That's how I was 12 years old. My mother and my sister, I used to dodge them. I used to always see them go to school in the morning, because I was right on Monroe, too. And they used to see me, I used to run from them, because I didn't want to go back home. I wanted to be in the streets. You know, some things you just have to reach all the way down to that root, you know, and find. It's just like they said, it's a reason why you use drugs. To me, it was to medicate my mind, my thoughts.
Let me tell you one more thing, is when we're talking about, I'm talking about recovery, aren't I? Yeah. I'm not talking about relapse, am I? No. Well, wait a minute. Recovery is relapse avoidance.
Sometimes I have my little downfall. Now, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I relapsed. I had the kids outside all day with me. I had a little money in my pocket, maybe about $20. And I said, you know, I didn't want to take them with me. So I made them go in the back, and still in me leaving out that door, I left out that door. And I didn't come back till the next day. This was something that I wanted to do at that time. Because Mom, you know, I was depressed. You know, thinking different things. That's why I said, they say you don't supposed to let your mind wander off.
You need to remember that when you pick up that first drink or drug, it's what? A fixed? What idea?
Fixed fight.
What is it?
Fixed fight.
Right, it's a fixed fight. You are guaranteed to lose.
Just by me isolating myself in this house sometimes, I get depressed. I need something to occupy my time. Because if I know I have to go all the way across the country to take care of this plant, Otherwise, it's gonna die. I'm gonna be looking forward to that. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I got something that I have to do. Oh, I ain't got no time for you. You know, I got to go, look, this is something I have to do. I don't have, you know, this is something I want. I want something that I know I have to take care of my kids, but I want something bigger than that.
I went to St. Malachy, a Catholic school in the neighborhood. My whole family went there, even my mom and Wanda. Miss Miller, the principal of the school, always helped us out. She gave my grandma a job working in the library and watching the kids after school. Grandma got paid a little and also got a break on tuition. She had found a way to give us all a decent education. One day, my mom asked Miss Miller if she had any work. Miss Miller offered my mom a job working as an assistant kindergarten teacher. Then the teacher she was working for got pregnant and wasn't sure how long she'd be gone after having the baby. She showed my mom how to teach while she was gone. My mom liked teaching, and she started thinking that maybe this was a job for her. Things were changing for my family, except for Grandma, who was still stuck in the projects.
Like I tell my sister now, if gold was dropping from out of the ceiling in my house, I would not stay in the project. Couldn't no one pay me enough money for to stay in the project. My water floods all the time. I don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? What do I have here? Tell me what I have. I don't have anything. You know, I have to live in the projects. Toilet been broken for 3 months. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't have anything.
It was the end of the first semester, and Mom came to visit me at school.
Here you are. How are you? Fine, and you?
Did you see us come?
That's my fiance, Johnny, and pictures of me, Johnny. Right now we've decided June 5th of '99, but we're still talking. He comes back from his 6-month deployment in November, because he goes for 6 months so out at sea. When he comes back, I think it'd be a good time when he comes back, because he'll be home for a while. Then we've decided June 5th, but we're still talking about it. It might change, it might not.
Kenny had come along with Mom to see me get an award for keeping up my grades.
And my first year scholars, Nicole Collins.
I made them a little bit bigger, you know, a big 3, big point, a giant 4, and then putting the Coke house across the room. Maybe had a banner up there. I'm serious.
At St. Malachy, the teacher Mom was assisting had her baby and never came back. Ms. Miller saw that my mom was a natural teacher.
There's a point in your life when you just are ready, and you are ready.
And if you don't do it, you're really cheating yourself. And we would not put you in a situation where we would expect you to fail. But I know that it's going to be a lot of hard work for you. And you're going to really have to make some changes, probably. I mean, I don't really know your personal situation, but it's going to require a lot of your time and hard work to make a go of it.
Miss Miller offered my mom the class as long as my mom promised to go for her GED and teaching certificate while working with a certified teacher.
Today is. You need it right here, but you need to start writing from left to right. So today we go here is Friday, okay? So start here. Great job. Yes. See, I told you you could do it.
Now that I wasn't there to help, I know that working and being a single mom was even more tiring and taking up all of her time. But I also know that being a good teacher and having a job gave Mom a confidence and energy she didn't have before. In order to do basic things like laundry, she was getting up at 4 in the morning. Even though she was working full-time, she was still making very little money, about $250 a week. She needed her teaching certificate before she could make a decent salary. Living on such little money was real hard, and at times she was tempted to just stay on welfare until it ended. But she soon cut herself off from welfare, and now, for the first time in her life, she was making a future for herself.
Good morning, family. My name is Renata Nichols, and I'm an addict. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, family. My name is Wanda, and I'm a recovering addict.
Good morning, Wanda.
Good morning, family. I'm Dennis, and I'm a recovering addict.
Good morning, Dennis.
Hello, family. My name is Renata, and I'm a recovering addict.
Good morning, Renata.
You know, it's sometimes I think about it, and it just hurts me so bad till I try to avoid even thinking about it. But sometimes I have to talk about it. I remember all the times that I used to go to my mother's house and hoping that I would just be able to be alone so I could steal something, you know. And I found out when I burnt the bridges of my mother, I ain't have nobody else to turn to.
You know, I could see the hurt and pain in my mother's eyes when I was using. And it would be so, it would be so hurtful that, you know, I'd be saying, look at my mom. You know, because I know I have disappointed her again. You know, but today, I believe in this program. I'm going to work this program. And see, by me believing in it, it's working for, I'm telling you, y'all, I'm telling you now, it's working for me.
Why do we stand this way?
So no addict stand alone.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Whose Father?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Keep coming back. It works if you're working. Clean, serene, and sober.
I feel great. I can recall when I was like just 5 days clean. When I went to Haymarket, they did a drop on me and my drop was clean. And I said, can I go through with this? But I know I was tired of being in pain, you know. Everything was falling apart. My family, my kids, my self-respect. Today I can truly say that I have gained some respect back for myself. Haymarket told me that they was gonna love me until I learned to love myself. And I can truly say today I love myself.
My family is always there for each other, but none of us showed up to Wanda's graduation from treatment. Even though she had been clean for 5 months, we still weren't sure she'd stay that way. But in treatment, Wanda found a family that understood her in a way we never could.
Hey, Dorcel, I feel important.
We are gathered here, family, friends, staff, distinguished guests, and graduates, to recognize the efforts of these men and women who have chosen to change their lives and pursue a life of recovery. We ask to help them face their renewed responsibilities to family and to society, and to provide them with compassion and understanding towards others who still suffer. Our third speaker has finished the primary intensive outpatient program and also completed the conventional outpatient program. And so let's welcome Wanda Collins.
Hi, family. My name is Wanda, and I'm a grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. When I came to Haymarket House, I was a lost individual. I didn't know which way to turn. Everything was just going wrong in my life. My kids, they didn't have no respect for me. Other people didn't have respect for me. They told me in the means that I go to keep coming back, and that they was gonna love me until I loved myself, and they did. I would like to say that Haymarket will always be a part of my life, and I really know who Wanda is today. I don't have to go out there and waste my life no more. I done put my life in God's hands, and I know if I continue to do the things on a daily basis, it's gonna be okay today. I would like to thank everybody for coming out, because if you haven't never seen a miracle, look around you. There's miracles all around you. I have also a miracle. It's that I keep coming back.
From bondage, you know, like bondage, from deep down stuff. Right. That's what I told myself. I don't know. I said, well, she a sister and soul, because we bonded together. Right. This is a miracle.
Yes, it is.
I think it ain't.
Yes, it is.
All right.
I heard you when you said, thank you, Jesus. I got to pray. I got to get
Thank you, Jesus. I got to get it.
Yeah. You can hear it deep down inside of it, you know?
Everything was now coming together for my family. I believe that this was the plan that God had for us all along. That's the only way I can explain it. life was even about to change for Grandma. When Terrell was killed, a businessman saw our story on the news. He made a donation of $10,000 for my grandma to use as a down payment on a house. But Grandma and the rest of the family didn't know the first thing about buying a home. And at the time, there were very few affordable homes that were in neighborhoods any better than Horner. It took 3 years for the neighborhoods to change and for her to get the help she needed to find a home. Grandma met with Sheila, a banker who specialized in helping low-income families buy a house.
Benefits to you. Dorothy, are you the first, will you be the first homeowner in your family?
Yes.
With the donation and my grandmother's income from school, she qualified for the loan.
So I'm going to show Dorothy a couple of the homes that we've already built, and then show her some of the lots that are still available. Maybe she can kind of look at the area and see if it's something that she might be interested in.
I do not like the neighborhood.
I'm being completely honest with you.
Okay.
All the lots are going to be in areas similar to this.
Yes.
All of the lots are going to be, there are going to be some areas that are a little bit worse than others, but all the areas that they're doing this in are going to be areas similar to this. So you have to pay attention also to what's going on around the neighborhood.
Okay.
Like over here, I think this might be something that you may be interested in.
All
so
right.
we're going to look at that.
Grandma had raised Wanda's kids from the time they were born, but now that was changing. Wanda was learning how to be a mother. She had been in treatment for 9 months, and she was still clean.
Baby, what's wrong? You don't want to go to school today? You do? You like school? You know, baby? Son, you know what? I thought you was a big boy. Huh? What hurt? Huh? Oh, baby, come around. Be a big boy now. Okay, well, I'm gonna send you to school like that. Yes, I do want to move out on my own now, but I want to take my kids with me. And my sister explained to me that, them are your kids and you can do what you want to do, but however, you still fresh in this, you need time. You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna work? How am I gonna go to the meeting and I have the kids there with me? You understand what I'm saying? But then I say to myself, but I was, you know what I'm saying, I was gone so long. I was living here with them, but I was out there for so long. And that feeling is coming back that if I leave them here with my mother, that I would be leaving them again. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a hard decision for me to make, I know this is something that I don't never want to go back and feel that I'm neglecting my kids, because when I think of that, then I think about returning back to the streets.
For the first time in her life, Wanda had a full-time job working maintenance in the projects.
He gave me something. It's like I feel like really important now. You know what I'm saying? I already had that seed planted where, you can do this, So now since I'm working, that's like I'm part of society now, Addiction, a lot of people just don't understand it. But addiction is something else. And this is something I have to live with the rest of my life. And it's not easy for me. I struggle every day, yes. Sometimes the devil come in me and tell me, well, you can get one, ain't nobody gonna know about it. But see, one thing about it, God gonna know. God gonna know, and eventually everybody gonna know. Because when I use, I can't stop. You know, I like to hide. Don't get me wrong, I would love to smoke cocaine. And believe me, these buildings, hey, I walk past it every day when I was trashing out. I found rocks. I found rocks. What I do, I throw them away. I'm not going back, child. I'm just not going back. I'm not.
This is the cedar. And this must be the Rose of Sharon too. So you can kind of notice the color of the bricks, get an idea. You're gonna have to pick out the color of your bricks. The color of you gotta pick out the color of the shingles that you want on the roof.
Now that Grandma could taste the reality of moving out of the projects, she wanted nothing around her that were like them in any way. She was having a hard time seeing how these neighborhoods were going to change. But after 2 months of looking, Grandma finally settled on a street and a lot. It took 3 months to build the house.
I feel good about it. I'm doing all this, you know, hey, I could have made it any place, you know. But with the grandbabies, I want them to have a chance in life, you know, for to have something different. Just living in the project, you know, it wasn't made for to stay there always. You know, and they're very excited that, you know, they're going to leave the project and, hey, we'll have our own backyard. Mama, we can get our dog, you know, yes. Yes, they're going to feel great. One day, all this belongs to them. That's right.
It was Thanksgiving, and we had a lot to be thankful for.
Well, Blackie.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Last Thanksgiving in 1920.
We gonna move, man.
Guess you and your little spirit will be going to another place, huh?
It had been 3 years since Terrell was killed. All of us were moving forward, but Jack, Terrell's oldest brother, was falling behind.
be happy to do that for Jack. You gotta help him. Help him help us, okay? He can't help us if we don't help ourselves, all right? Come on, it'll be all right. Come on. See you later, Blackie. We love you. Talk to you later.
Jack was with Terrell when he was killed, and he knew the boy who had killed him. Terrell had some words with the boy at a basketball game, and they got into a fight. A week after the fight, Jack and Terrell were coming home from a friend's house when the boy came up to Terrell and shot him in the chest and head. After the killing, Jack pulled away from us all and never talked about what happened.
I couldn't talk to nobody. I was just keeping it inside of me. You know what I'm saying? I can't, and you know what I'm saying? It probably was just building and building up. But man, hey, drink a little beer, smoke a little, you know what I'm saying, weed. Hey, I'm not thinking about it no more. But as soon as it wears off, hey, it's back the same way, thinking the same way. I'm still thinking about the same thing. The man was, you know what I'm saying, the man was my backbone. The man helped me, you know what I'm saying, look straight, you know what I'm saying? Cause I felt that it's like this. Everybody was thought, well, Jack ain't gonna be nobody. Well, I lived up to that, you know what I'm saying, after my brother died.
Jack dropped out of high school and was now involved with the gangs, and he had 2 kids with a girlfriend. We all wanted to help Jack, but nobody could do anything if he wasn't ready.
What happened? I know it's tearing him up in the inside because it's true, like he said, Terrell was his backbone. Terrell was part of his backbone. And I know that, I know today that there's nothing that we can do about what happened. The only thing we can do is move on because long he continued to beat up on himself about the situation, he'll never get nowhere.
Exciting day, huh? Today's exciting. In about 3 months, it'll be more exciting when we actually close on the contract. Okay.
Mike Burns was a lawyer and family friend who was helping Grandma close on the house.
Well, let's start with you signing this part of the contract. You can date it and sign it right here, and then you can put your address down. I know you're nervous. Sign your name right there on that top line. Okay, and then your phone number. Just put your home telephone number down.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's everything you have to sign. We'll just bring this over to Spathy's, and you are on your way to being a homeowner. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, thanks for everything. Yes. It's so hard to believe. But that's all right. That's all right. Under my Terrell, hey, I'm on the top of the world now. And look at Mom. Yeah. You know, this has a lot to do with him. Terrell, the thing for it.
Grandma was so ready to get out of the projects that she moved in before they even finished the front stairs.
Excuse me, 1 second, sweetie. Thank you.
Hello. I got a tree on sale.
Yeah, what kind of tree you got today for?
Right, that's all trees for you there. That's for tree, yeah. Yeah, very good, yeah. That's a pretty tree there.
Yes. How much is the tree?
That one there, I'll give you about $40.
$40?
That's a beautiful tree. That's worth more, but I give they, we just sold them out now. Yeah. That's a beautiful tree, okay? Come on out. That's it. Here comes the tree. There you are.
What's this?
A tree.
Tree.
Yeah.
Henry Horner would soon no longer exist. They were finally tearing them down, something they should have done a long time ago. The new public housing standing on Horner land is called West Haven. Grandma was letting Wanda and her kids live with her in her new house. Then Wanda found an apartment in a newly renovated building that is part of West Haven. She had never lived alone with her children or even been able to save enough money to keep an apartment. But her life had changed. She was staying clean and going to AA meetings for support. She was ready to be on her own. Mom had also taken an incredible step. During her summer off from teaching, she studied hard for her GED. She had talked about taking the test for years, but was afraid of failing and would always back out of it. But she had overcome her fear. She took the test. She was on her way to getting her teaching certificate and eventually making a decent salary. As for me, I'm entering my senior year and will be graduating next year with a degree in early childhood development. After graduating, I plan to teach preschoolers and later on maybe open my own daycare. As I planned, Johnny and I got married.
have come together in this church so that the Lord may seal and strengthen your love in the presence of the church's minister and this community. Since it is your intention to enter into marriage, I'd ask you to join your right hands and repeat after me. Nicole, take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Johnny, take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
You may kiss the bride.
Johnny and I have known each other for 5 years. He's out of the Navy and will be going to college. He supports me for who I am and who I want to be. And when we have kids, which won't be until we finish school, my children will have the father that I never had. That's the only way it can be. In the end, our story always comes back to Terrell. When he was killed, it was like we had fallen into our worst nightmare. But over the years, we have been waking up. And now we can see that Terrell left us with something good, something very powerful. He left us with the spirit to not just accept what we have, but to struggle for more and make something of our lives. Terrell is always with us, and his legacy will live on. May he rest in peace.